All right, so welcome to Noise in the Newsroom. I'm Matt Brown, a production of the Delta Collegiate. Today we have Darn Wishes from Bay City, Michigan. You're listed as an alternative/rock band. Is that how you like to describe yourself?
Yeah,
it's accurate.
Yeah.
Great. And we have Chris Tanner, vocals and guitars, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Correct. And Dave Daniele,
Daniele,
bass guitar?
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
And doing a little digging on both of you. So you're both coffee aficionados. You've worked as a barista. I've seen you a bunch serving coffee, and you now work at Populous Coffee.
Yeah, work down at the roaster and just roasting those beans, making some bread, to bring home, make some spaghetti, Yeah.
And so how'd the band start? How'd you guys meet?
Coffee, actually.
That's
Yeah, Rocket Star in Kalamazoo in 2007, probably.
I was joking, but yeah, that's actually
how we met. Yeah. It was weird.
It is weird. That was 8 years ago. We met. I was in another band. I still do that band, but Dave. We were both living in Kalamazoo at the time, and
it was
what happened?
Basically you had a poster up for wanting a bass player, and I wanted to be in a band because I had nothing else going for me while I was at school. Had very little going on, so I was just like, why not? Responded to the poster and met this joker at a coffee shop, and I regretted it ever since.
Yeah, respectfully declined his accepting of the poster.
Yeah.
It didn't.
Yeah, he didn't want me.
Didn't
work.
Yeah,
Do you suck? Try again next month, or?
I'm sorry?
No, it was a firm no. It was a firm.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, you're in school, huh? Oh, you've got other things happening. I just wanted to be in a band. I don't want no strings attached.
Yeah, no,
and that's so.
And I was in school, and I just didn't want to drop it for just being in a band at the time. Anyways.
And now the timing's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the time is now.
I see you guys are putting on a tour.
We are going on. This is our second tour with Darn Wishes. Since starting in August, playing shows, and we go out for 2 weeks in March.
How'd that come together? How'd you guys plan the dates?
The tour?
Yeah.
I mean, the main thing is to just keep on touring. So that's a huge part of being in a band, and there's kind of no question about it.
We do it all ourselves. We email the venues. We have people in certain satellite cities, and we just kind of get dates there, and then just kind of branch out from there on out and research different areas, different markets, good venues. So we have certain cities that we regularly visit. Like we go to Rochester, New York, pretty much every time that we've been out.
Cool.
And
that would be a satellite city.
That's what I'm getting at. Basically, so we plan it from there, and just put a date, put a pin on the map, and then just say where we can go from around those dates, five or 6 dates, like before and after. And
Fiverr.
And our place is pretty receptive when you call them, and you're like,
no,
hey,
never.
No,
It's actually quite difficult. Nobody.
No one likes us. If we get hate mail, we try to book a show, and they'll say, well, while we find you very amusing, everything else about you is very disgusting.
No, we send out a lot of emails, and I'd say about 90% of the emails we never hear back from. And some of them we do. That is, we get some good ones back, like
hey, what? No,
one-liners like just sorry, no thanks. That was one of my favorite. We sent out an email to this guy, and he's just like, no thanks. Okay, never mind.
Sure, man.
Well, sure, whatever.
So when you go to the shows in satellite towns and things like that, does the crowd enjoy it? Do you
Not typically.
Do you bring music and stuff and merch to sell?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean that's how we make the bread, as Dave put it.
Yeah, to put the bread on the table.
We make it and then we put it on the table.
So what do you guys currently have released as in music for people to purchase?
So when the band was initially started, to kind of gain a little bit of interest, I had this genius idea to put out what I like to call a taster. And it's just a little...
Much like the drug platter.
It's a little bit of flavor that touches your tongue for a short period of time.
6 to 8 hours,
depending on... An amuse-bouche, as it were, in the culinary world. Just a little something to tease the palate.
So in December 2014, I released 2 songs under Darn Wishes, and those will be re-released on the record that we're currently recording.
Re-recorded or the ones?
Yeah, re-recorded.
Excellent.
Re-recorded.
Re-re.
And so there are 2 songs on our Bandcamp, but they're a little outdated. We're just trying to wrap up the finishing touches of this album, and we're hoping to put it out by the fall. So.
Excellent. And speaking of like influence and stuff, when you guys go into recording an album, what are some influences going in? Are there some people that you try to emulate, some people that you try to distance yourselves from, not to get too close to?
Not specifically. I mean, we both have the bands that we enjoy listening to.
Such as?
Landmark is Weezer, for sure. We both really like to get down on the Foo.
Dave, some personal influences for you?
I would say it's more in the category of, some Bob Marley and Bruce Springsteen, and definitely Heart. Big Heart fan. And from what I can remember, I believe the first concert I was ever at was an Elton John concert.
That's awesome.
Not to interrupt, but totally to interrupt. Do you know Elton John's favorite sandwich?
I would say a hot brown.
Monte Cristo.
It is a California Reuben with no bread.
What?
With no just the meat,
slaw.
just the meat from the
Meat slaw cheese.
Meat slaw cheese.
I'd have pegged him for an
man.
open-faced blue cheese with salmon, but I guess
I
not.
wouldn't peg anybody.
I don't eat that.
So you guys, are you both originally from Bay City?
Christopher is, obviously. People who know Christopher he's from there, but I'm from the Metro Detroit area.
Metro Detroit area?
Yeah.
Why Bay City?
It's a very good question.
Everyone born there asked that same question.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, for me, like I've lived a lot of different places, and this was just kind of the time to sort of drop everything and go back into music. And
How's the scene in Bay City then?
it's good. I mean, there's a lot of really good kids around that, I mean, every time that we played BMOs, it's been full. There's lots of really good bands around the area too. Like, I don't know, it's been really fun. Just trying a different area for a little while, and yeah, I dig it. It's been really good. It's been good to me. People are super nice. So,
do you guys play heavily in the other cities in the Tri-City, Midland, Saginaw?
We have not played either of those under the name Darn Wishes.
Planning to?
We have a show on May 8th with Flint Eastwood.
Nice.
At the Hamilton Street Pub.
Cool.
That is so far our only Saginaw show.
Normally we would play under the guise of Mr. Hot Girl at the Hamilton Street Pub as gig practice. So if you ever see a bill for Mr. Hot Girl anywhere, that's us.
It's gonna be you two. What's your favorite thing about being in a band? Like why'd you choose it? Like you said, you're just
Waffle
waiting for the
House.
time to give it away.
Women.
I'd say Waffle House is the best part of being a band.
I really, to be honest, I've been in bands for a very, very long time, and I kind of don't know how to do anything else. Apparently, I can't keep a job, and this is what better way than to be your own boss, or get bossed around by your best friend.
And are you enjoying it? Have you been
The
enjoying
latter? No.
it?
Yeah, no, I mean, being in a band isn't all, it's not all fun and games, but
People think it is.
yeah, and that's kind of all that matters. Like, if you can trick people into thinking anything, I think you're very successful.
Agreed.
Like,
It's a
I'm
magician,
wearing,
That's what a magician does.
yeah, like I'm wearing a Michael Jordan jersey right now. A lot of the listeners would probably assume that I was truly wearing a Michael Jordan jersey. But in fact, I'm wearing a crew neck sweatshirt, and no one would know that.
Exactly.
So you could say anything and convince people of anything, and if you can do that and pull it off, you have done something.
You've won.
Is it difficult for you guys to do that? To convince someone that, like, I mean, it's a real job. And, I mean, recording myself, it sucks. Lugging things everywhere, making sure everything's perfect. Like,
Yeah.
There is so much time and effort that goes into things that people don't even think about. It's kind of almost inexplicable, the amount of time and brain power that is invested into just being in a band. Or
Because you can fake your way through it and just.
and we're
half
good
it,
at that.
so, yeah.
We fake.
Yeah.
We have faked everything.
But to get it right, it's like it's a job.
Yeah.
It's just like anything else. Like you got to put your entire body and mind into it.
Yeah, we work about collectively like 400 hours per week in a band.
For the past 8 years. See what I'm saying?
We're also sportsmen. We like to hunt.
with,
So if you
brought your
factor in-
rifles, I see.
Yeah, well, we brought more than rifles.
They're loaded.
And there's the security
My-
at the door.
My gun case just is full with candy M&Ms.
So
Even
when
more
it
dangerous,
when it comes
actually.
to recording, do you guys do it all yourself? Do you guys book
Yeah.
studio time?
We've both done studio recording, and I previously have only done studio recording. And while I absolutely love that experience, and I love spending money on studio recording, we decided that for this record we would have 100% creative control, and we'd be able to take our time and really hone in on a specific sound that we're going for. And I think the only way to achieve that is to kind of do it on your own and take the time to actually get that on your own. So that, I mean,
Yeah, there's no like extra people like behind a desk like just waiting for you to get the right take.
I love those people.
Oh, they're great people.
They're
just the
fantastic.
greatest of people. But the fact of the matter is when you're out by yourself, and I mean, you can just do take after take and get it to be exactly what you want.
I mean, the engineer's not going to be as enthused as you guys are at 3
Correct.
a.m. when you think of that guitar part.
Even if he is getting paid like
It-
$125 an hour.
a minute, yeah.
Well, I don't know what the going rate is right now, but
I would assume it's something in the neighborhood of $1,000 to $2,500 an hour.
that's, I mean,
Those
yeah.
guys, they may look scruffy, but they're loaded.
They spend all their time counting their money.
That's exactly right.
Come on.
Yeah, how can you?
That's what
Scrooge
you can do.
McDucks. You know, am I right?
I
Just-
would swim in the vault. I wouldn't even be here.
Yeah.
Be in the vault of money.
Engineers, man.
I know, Greg. So when you guys are doing it yourself,
Greg.
what?
Were you wearing headphones? Why is he the only one with headphones?
and why can't he hear us? Yeah. So when you guys are recording yourself, is it digital, analog? What do you guys?
It's a Danalog. It's a hybrid.
so you
analog.
etch it into Dan's flesh.
Yeah, right. Analog.
Sounds primal.
Well, the instruments that we use are analog instruments,
Ah.
and the process in which to track them is digital.
Digital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've been doing everything digital, and we've been sort of talking about bouncing it to tape, but that's a whole nother thing.
Do you find it easy? Because like a lot of musicians talk about, when we talk to them, they want to do this analog capture thing, and they say that digital you have unlimited takes, so you're just gonna keep trying and trying.
Oh,
and trying,
yeah, I mean,
and then the
yeah.
album's never gonna get done.
Yeah, that's part of our problem is that we can't get anything done anyways. So, on top of that,
I'd rather just be watching Seinfeld, apparently.
we watch a lot of science. We book studio time for ourselves in our own studio, and then
We schedule that around the Seinfeld blocks. So
well, no, and in place of recording, we actually just end up finding ourselves in front of the TV.
Recording
Watching.
Seinfeld.
Watching
Which-
Seinfeld, and we have to pay. So we have in our studio in our house, we do record other projects, but we have a non-refundable deposit within like a 24-hour notice, And some days, I mean, Dave and I owe our own studio several thousands of dollars.
we're bankrupting ourselves.
Do you find it freeing that you don't have to deal with an engineer? That you're the ones that get to choose the tone, you're the ones that get to place the microphone?
I find it very stressful.
Yeah? And why is that?
Well, I believe. So I would say for the most part, I'm doing a lot of the computer work for the record.
That's accurate.
That's on me. and I don't like working at all.
You'd rather just be
That's
playing?
probably why you can't keep a job.
I can't. Every boss sees right through that I've ever had. Like, you obviously hate doing anything.
Yeah.
I would much rather have someone working on the
Someone-
album if we could afford it, and if someone had the amount of time that we would want to invest. But that's
Yeah.
that's ridiculous to even think of such a request.
Yeah.
What about you, Dave? Do you enjoy it? You said you've done stuff in
Yeah.
studios, out of studio.
Okay, so I've done a decent amount of recording and a lot of home recording. Like back in the Metro Detroit area, I have some friends that have their own like space, and we've done a lot of records through those guys. And like, it really doesn't. I haven't been pressed for time for performance time in a studio since I was probably in high school. So to like think back, like to the time where I was like in a studio and like had to like get these parts done in like a day or whatever. I mean, it's obviously far more. For me, it's less stressful because like I'm doing most of there's just performance. Like Chris does a lot of, like you said, like the computer work, and it stresses him out, and I think it's starting to drive himself a little nuts.
I'm a little nutty, and I was lying about the working thing. I actually enjoy working.
You can find his resume on LinkedIn. We'll put a link. But so
Abraham LinkedIn.
Do you find, like you said, you're pressed in a studio area, and Chris too? If you're pressed for a take, do you think it's better that someone's like, you got to get this part, or do you find it better when you're sitting around and you're relaxed?
We're actually really good at getting on each other about that. Our
you?
discipline level is actually a lot higher than you would think, especially with hearing this interview. We have our shit together way more than than I'm acting. I don't even have a Michael Jordan jersey. I wish I did. It's probably worth a fortune.
Shirt.
Do you find it rough when you guys get on each other like that? That like
Oh, no.
you're behind the computer and you just gotta.
We've known each other for a long time, and we argue like
Like an old married couple.
an old married couple of dogs.
Married dogs.
Finalization. Will you guys do everything yourself? Promotion, packaging, release yourself?
We are so we will do the things that we are planning on doing on our own are tracking and mixing. We'll send the record to get mastered, and then following that, we're starting in April or May. We're going to be putting together a couple of music videos for the promotion of the album. But our plan is to have someone else release the album on our behalf.
Are you looking for like CDs, vinyl release?
It'll be a 12-inch vinyl.
Excellent.
That's the goal.
Yeah, 180 grams, gatefold,
Nice.
free poster, and a sticker inside,
Let's
as
not do
well
that.
as
Digital download
Get a
inside?
sandwich coupon.
We didn't talk about that.
Do you know we're gonna get it and it is done through
As far as which part?
the packaging release, the vinyl release?
We're hoping to release the album by the fall.
By the fall?
Yeah, and if that doesn't happen, then you can just go back in time and delete what I just said.
Exactly.
Just change it. No,
Nothing's
we really don't know who we're going to source the vinyl through right now. It seems to be kind of an issue with a lot of places being
So expensive.
completely back. Well, expensive, and time frames are another thing. Is it could take up to 4 months to get a product after sending it to a master.
We kind of don't care though. We're not in any
Yeah.
hurry to release it. It's we're excited to release it, and we can't wait, but we will.
Do you prefer that? Being DIY, you guys get to do that. You guys have no, like publishing house telling you record has to be out by this date.
We're
Then you need a
actu-
following record.
We have goals set. We will be done tracking by March 10th.
Cool.
And then we leave for tour on March 11th, and then when we get home, we're gonna take 2 weeks to mix, and then we're gonna send it out to master, and then from there we're gonna start to kind of look for someone to help us release the album.
That's really cool.
Preferably a record label. So no, we don't want to do it on our own.
You want
It sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of work. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of.
I've released a lot of albums on my own, and it's fun. It's stressful, but you can't reach nearly as many people as you're capable.
Definitely.
When you have some help. So we're looking for help to release it. Definitely.
Yeah, we're not fooling around, man.
When you guys are like mixing the album and stuff, is there any like moods or themes you guys are trying to go for?
We're not going to give away any recording secrets to
That's
you
great.
or anyone else.
That's great. I hate you. Shut it off, Greg. They saw it was a ruse.
This is why.
Burn my business card.
Honestly, we don't know how to record. Wait, what are you saying now?
Yeah,
What
what's
was
the
that? I'm
question? Sorry,
Rudely
repeat the
interrupted.
question.
I don't even remember.
It's about moods.
themes and moods of your album. Is there anything you're like shooting for?
I think it's just kind of a
Rainbows on
party.
the-
What party yet? Well,
It's okay.
Bangers.
This
yeah,
is
it's like a
Bangers Part 2.
Bangers.
So bangers and burners. This is
Bangers and burners.
So one of the this is just me speaking. I can't speak for the both of us because I'm only one guy. But when I think about each and every song, there are only going to be 8 songs on the record, but it will. I have this feeling like, oh, this song, and all the songs actually for that matter, when I walk into the crappiest bar, I would expect a ton of cigarette smoke, but that can't happen anymore.
Not here.
No. But that's what I like. I close my eyes. I'm like, okay, I'm in this really terrible bar. There are like good-looking people everywhere, but the bar is just terrible. And then you hear this song playing, and you don't notice it, but it's there, and it doesn't have to be there. That song that doesn't have to be there, that's the song that I
Nice.
want people
Nice.
to have playing in their bar.
That's pretty good. I mean, I thought you.
Did I paint a
thought
picture?
You were gonna. I thought you were BSing there for a while, but actually, that's pretty accurate.
Well, why do you always think that I'm messing
He's
around?
not a BSer. He's
I am a straight
straight.
shooter.
Exactly.
Straight B with an.
For me, as someone who records a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
the idea about collecting gear, getting gear, the importance of gear. Do you guys care at all, or is it I have a microphone?
We have.
Or are you looking for
so
specific sounds?
So much gear in our house that
We don't even
it's in
use.
every. We have gear in our dining room, our living room.
Isn't it great though? So the percentage of the gear you guys have in your home, how much do you guys use regularly? Like what's your
define
favorite?
regularly? Do you mean like on a recording?
Yeah,
or,
like this is my go-to thing. Like how do you start recording? Like you have an idea for a song.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you grab to show Dave or start?
An acoustic guitar.
Okay.
Well, $40 acoustic guitar at that. It's my go-to, and I rely on it.
Why would you find it necessary to say how much it costs? Does that make
To
you
let
more,
people-
does that make you more like
Let people know how much money I have,
credible?
man.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's a cheap guitar, it's whatever.
I get the animosity now. I can see it in his eyes. In his beard, it's hiding.
Oh yeah, Dave has a beard. Hey, scratch your beard against that microphone.
Yeah.
Let people feel it.
Rub it
do that.
against it.
Yeah,
Face texture.
you're doing it right now.
Get your beard off,
Get
man.
your fingers out of there.
But yeah, we so the percentage of gear that we use on the record is probably quite minimal. Actually, we have a lot of gear. So
For like instrumentation, then you're not going for a lot, or is it pretty much I like the sound?
On
it's
every
going?
song, there is Moog synthesizer,
Okay.
bass, several guitar tracks, drums, like 39 vocal tracks to bring out the harmonies. We have 39 part harmonies.
Suck it, Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Brian Wilson's crying right now.
Mike Love.
Smile no more, Brian Wilson. So, you brought your acoustic guitar today.
I brought Dave's acoustic
You do
guitar.
Dave's acoustic guitar.
Mine's $40.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not-
it's
it
too
shouldn't-
expensive to move.
Shouldn't be played
Can't
on the
ship
air.
that. Yeah. So, are you playing a new song off the album? Or are you?
I think I think I'm gonna play one of the old ones actually.
one of the ones previously recorded.
Yeah. Yep. It's called Human, and I'm not really gonna talk about it because the chorus kind of just says it all.
I can never tell you who you I can never take my eyes off you. Darts will be on my forehead. Every single time I move, I'm coping with your threat. I don't know what you do to make me think of you. Ooh, ooh, it might have been something cool. Otherwise, I don't know you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Time that I come back home, I know where not to go. Walking down those numbered streets all alone. Look at me with those eyes again, and I'll treat you to nothing. Purposefully doubting me on how I live. I don't know what you do to make me think of you. Ooh, ooh, it might have been something cool. Otherwise, I don't know you. Ooh, ooh, pushing me around as proven I am merely just a human too. I don't know what you do to make me think of you. Up in the 1990s, convinced us kids we'd stay young and charming forever. No one ever listened to our problems, so we tried to solve some more. Yet now we have more than ever. Sure, everyone will listen to our stories. They think they're boring, and now we have all the fun. And everybody wants to be in their 20s, and they'll just walk on us instead. Till we're gone, till we're gone. Until we're all doggone gone in the ground or the sun or whatever we have coming. Till the fun, it's the only thing we'll run from. Till we're gone, till we're gone. I don't know what you do to make me think of you. Something cool. Otherwise, I don't know you. Pushing me around as proven I am really just a human too. I don't know what you do to make me think of you. Tell me, no, 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 tell me. Thanks.